Hey, everybody. It is Friday night, September 29th, 2023. Just chilling with Mosley here. I have been uh, journeying inward the past, I don't even know for how long now. Um, Life started really showing me that my overthinking ways we're not going to ease up unless I actually looked inward to see what the root cause was. I had some appointments this week that were impactful with clients. I have a client that lives in Davis, and her daughter's school has been receiving bomb threats. And we started having this conversation about the younger generation and these things that they have to move through, and the anxiety and fear that is being embedded in them at a young age. Her daughter is 9, and although she seems unaffected by, staying home for the day because of the threat, the subconscious mind is going to still store something of that moment within her that could potentially affect her later as an adult. And I'm worried. I'm worried and concerned for our younger generation of um, any age really that is moving through life right now with all these extra expectations of how to show up. I have a mom at the gym. She's new. They just moved here from the Bay Area, and she has a daughter who's 15, who is, starting a new high school at 15. It is a really, really difficult age to find the right group or tribe of girls to hang out with. And so she's been coming to yoga. And her mom said the first night that she attended the yoga class, she actually, when they went home, was actually conversational and was helpful around the house and was more grateful for the relationship that she had. And I feel like we're stuck in this society of better than, right? I am better than you if I graduate from high school. I am better than you if I go to an Ivy League college. I am better than you if I make 6 figures. I am better than you if I can fit into a size 2 jeans. All the things, right? But what happens when we are projecting that I am better than somebody else because of choices that we're making in our lives? We are completely forgetting that God has placed us on this earth as equals. And just because somebody has a different experience moving through in their life doesn't mean that they're any better than anybody else. But we place a huge emphasis on how many likes do you have on social media? How many followers do you have? Does that mean that you're a better person? Does that mean that you are more compassionate, more understanding, more valued? Any of those things? It doesn't. It just means that you've made choices in your life to get to that place. But yet the subconscious mind will store it as I'm not enough. I'm not enough if I don't have 100 million followers on social media. I'm not enough if somebody doesn't recognize my contribution. I am not enough if I don't fit within the height and weight uh, chart tables from the doctor. Um, like there's so many elements in life that we hold on to as far as a measuring tool for who we are as a person. I was reading out of a book by Young Pueblo today called Clarity and Connection. He's a poet, and I'm going to read this to you. He says, I spent years unaware that I was running away from myself, always seeking company or entertainment so that I would not have to face the dark clouds storming inside me. Every moment was an opportunity for diversion. Friendships were a means of escape, pleasure a temporary relief from pain. I did not notice that my relationships were shallow because of how far away I was from myself. I did not understand why solitude felt unbearable and why fun could not permanently settle turbulent emotions. For far too long, I was unaware that the only way for life to improve, for my relationships to feel rich, and for my mind to finally experience ease was for me to explore and embrace the anxious unknown that dwelled within. Through this purging I've been doing, I've been going through my closet and uh, getting rid of things and packing things up that I want to keep, but especially like clothes that don't fit, and settling into that mindset of you fit into this a few years ago and now you don't. What the fuck happened? What happened is that I wasn't going inward. I was externally trying to satisfy deeply rooted traumatic experiences. That's what happened. And so, in my practice and devotion to yoga, it reminds me of impermanence that, you know, my weight is really temporary and the feelings are really temporary. But with that said, the work is showing up during those difficult moments and answering the question, what the fuck happened? And so I continue answering the question for myself. I continue to journey inward. I continue to be extremely uncomfortable with solitude. Um, I pulled a card yesterday, and the theme was thunderstorms. And it was talking about how Mother Nature provides these thunderstorms as ways of drastically clearing away the things that no longer serve us. And we have them emotionally, we have them internally. And I think of the people that I um, have had relationships with that I no longer do, that I watch consistently being extremely overbooked in their time. Like they're always having to do something. And this presents this idea, especially through Young Pueblo, that, you know, solitude is the place to dive into the tunnel, to shine the light on the wounds that are causing us to feel like solitude is just this space where we are being punished. That's how I feel at times. And then I have to remember that God is asking me to be in solitude, so I can learn about myself and so I can show up to relationships differently. I'm used to having somebody by my side. I was in a relationship for 32 years, and the past 3 years of not having anybody by my side except for my lovely dog has been an awakening, because I have been uh, in and out of dating and seeing all the repetitive, uh, unhealthy behaviors within myself in those relationships. And as I took a little bit of a break from dating this past October and tried to settle back into a relationship that um, I thought I had healed enough to be in, I realized that I wasn't, and neither was he. And I never project um, my beliefs onto anybody. I throw these ideas out there so that if it resonates with you, good, and if not, you can just turn the volume down or flip the page, whatever works for you. But the amount of inward journeying that I've done, for me now, it's so easy to see when somebody is avoiding that. I'm not a therapist, but I've done enough therapy as well to understand this process of finding the answers within myself and trying to embrace the relationships that have fallen away because they have taught me something so valuable about how I show up, how other people are showing up in the world, and how we disregard this beautiful space inside of authenticity and vulnerability. There's no doubt in life that we're going to make mistakes. And if we live in a world where we don't allow somebody to make a mistake, then we are triggered by something in that relationship. And the journey inward allows us to look at those triggers and say, you know what, this is me. This has nothing to do with the other person. It's always within me, is where I need to find the answer. So I feel like that went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but I'm not always okay with being alone. Um, and that's a deeply rooted trigger. That's a deeply rooted trigger that I'm still trying to heal. So I have been reminded by my friend Dominate from Nigeria that I'm not really alone. And life is actually quite beautiful right now for me. Do I wish that I had a partner? I do. But it's because that solitude gets uncomfortable, but it's uncomfortable because it's forcing me to dig a little deeper. So that's my Friday night ramble. Maybe it's the full moon from last night that has me in this state of settling in and digging a little bit more. So I hope wherever you are this evening that you can find that space within you to just peek at the things that are weighing on the mind. If you're overthinking about something, there is a trigger within you that that needs to be uh, looked at and surfaced and healed. All right, everybody. Uh, yeah, that's it. Have an amazing Friday night. Cheers.